Hello, and welcome, my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon to your new moon, June 2023. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. How you like the new music for the 8-card draws? I'm a professional witch. I am a professional intuitive. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. We just hit 25 years in service. Ooh, very exciting time we're in right now here at Drawing the Circle. I'm also the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's a link in the description box to the Kindle version. If you would like to click it, you can preview a good chunk of it. But the Kindle version is much more pared down and disciplined than the original version that you can find on Patreon if you are one of my subscribers. All of my subscribers get 3 things in common over on my membership-only subscription platform. That is just a lot of fun for me in general. What they get in common is all the extended readings. We'll see if that one comes around again. All the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They get daily check-ins with me every day. I rarely miss a day. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link so they can literally chat with me every morning about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, something to send us on our way. My favorite way to start the day, and sets me up for everything else I have to do, which is a bonus all the way around. The third thing they have in common is a significant discount on booking private sessions with me. We will talk about that. Oh, at the end of the video is that way. I have to remember, for me it's that way, for you it's that way, is the end of the video. We'll talk about it at the very end, at the end of the reading. Otherwise, hey, if you are on Patreon as a creator, you can now, a creator or participant, whatever, they now offered that we can do 7-day free trial. So right now, Seeker, the $3 option, is available, 7-day trial. So yeah, check it out, check the menu. I love my Patreon. You can tell I'm authentically excited about it. It'll be 2 years in November. So exciting. So if you want to come play on Patreon. I'm the Archangelo Lyons, Angelo Lyons. Just call me Mal. And I'm trying to keep the vibe high right now. I'm doing this. The sun is in Gemini. We're going to be talking about your new moon in Gemini. So let's do some of the explanation for the new gems and the cross-watchers, and then we'll get down to the divination with these 8 cards. For example, an 8-card draw, if you are new, is just 1 card from 8 different decks, giving you clues, tips, and hints about all sorts of, but in this case, a 2-week period, a waning moon from full to new, because when the moon rides out her peak, then ye heart's desire seek. That's why I do the 5-card draw. What do I need for the waxings to kind of nail that one over a 2-week period? But then wait 3 days after the full moon, enjoy the full moon, and then bam, comes the waning, the letting go, the surrendering, or in the language of spiritual alchemy, the removal of the 3 atoms in between lead and gold on the periodic table, symbolically. Lead is heavier. It is toxic, right? It is an insulator. Gold is healthy. It is actually a healer. And is a conductor. So, and which one really do you want in your bloodstream? Colloidal silver and colloidal gold are things, right? You don't want colloidal lead. So let's look at this timeline, right? To help you, release, let go. We're going to anyway. Why delay what can't be prevented? We're looking at the full moon in Sagittarius, Saturday, June 3rd, 1:42 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York. And I will say, if you've been doing the 5-card draws, I do. I write down my sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. I write it down anyway. But I absolutely put it into practice as well, both waxing and waning. 11:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m., 1 foot in each day, is the witching hour for me. So that's perfect. I'm going to light a candle. I've got some intentions to put into the element of fire on a Saturday, which is wonderful. 2 weeks later, we release our way to the new moon in Gemini on Sunday, June 18th. Now it's at 2:37 a.m., so figure after midnight, but then it goes void of course at 2:24 a.m. In other words, it'll be between the worlds, between the signs, if you will, and it will go into Cancer at 6:58 a.m. Eastern, pretty much 7 a.m. So if you really want to hit your new moon, you've got till 12:37 a.m. to 2:24 a.m. to pull that off. I will pull that off, absolutely. I can make coffee from magic. No, that's fine. Coffee magic, done. In between those two dates of note, Venus goes into Leo on June 5th. I don't know how it would affect a Gemini necessarily, but if you have planets in Leo, you might want to check that out. Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto goes into Capricorn on the 11th. Again, Capricorn in relationship to Gemini. Again, nothing, not seeing anything immediately there. But this one might be Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius, and that will be a trine, air to air at some point. And that will also be happening in the last day of the dark moon, which is June 17th, the next day being June 18th. So that's a little bit of a rough ride, but it's just starting to retrograde. You should be fine, but certainly look into that if you're into the astrological weather, because that Saturn moves slow and it's retrograde. It can be a bit much. So certainly good for a shadow read, though. So look, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Cross-watchers, you have the opportunity to get some insight, some understanding, some sympathy, some empathy for the Gemini you are cross-watching for, and maybe you could help with working with the archangel that will hit the table, and the mantra, or the blessing, all of this stuff that we're going to do. The first 3 cards will be about chakras, and that's why I do recommend my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It's in chakra chapter, so you can really just jump to the chakra you wanna, so to speak. So that's enough explanation. Let's do the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I will do my best to help you do your shadow work, to alchemize your shadow to light, your lead to gold, your paint to beast, to traverse a more golden timeline than leaded, little by little, over a 2-week period, and taking everyone you love with you. That's how quantum unity works, apparently. So let's see what hits the table. You ready? The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point. So, ready? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. Using the Caroline Mace archetype cards, I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and were drawn to this reading. Please, beloved ones, what is the dominant soul power being alchemized from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, fear to love for the Geminis? Just one card. We'll send down the codes to all the chakras underneath it, shifting what they attract and repel, so they have the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented. This full to their new June 2023. The Rescuer archetype, one of the healing family archetypes. There are 9 families in total. So this is about how you heal, or allowing this now a specific type of healing. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and I can give plenty of examples of this. Written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. Lead, gold, here's the process, right? Here's the process of alchemy, surrendering, letting go, releasing those 3 atoms. The shadow attribute assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. Burn. Keeps the rescued one needy. Baron Munchausen syndrome. The light attribute, the gold, provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward, and that's why literally it's like, I don't know if you can see the card here. Let me read Richard's that a little for you. The dinghy, I don't know, what is it called? The lifesaver, I do love a wintergreen, is heart shaped, right? So it is coming from that place of love. Now, animal rescuers, I feel like I know billions of people who have rescued, foster, and it's an archetypal. It need not be so very literal, the word rescue, but then also we do have, first responders, paramedics, all of that is very, very literal. But also in relationships, we know that we can rescue people who need to learn how to rescue themselves. Work, right? All right, so there we go, the rescuer archetype. Let's see what's going on under that. The next 4 chakras down, we will use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot just to get that vibe. What's going on in the world behind your eyes, the feminine energy, the goddess energy, and if it's a major arcana, it's all 4 at once, but usually even with that, there's a bit more of an intuitive focus. Kind of pick one, help you focus on. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddess override. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, beloved goddesses of mutable, beautiful, mutable air. 1 card in clarity for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers who are watching this video, who may be intuitively guided to this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Heart, throat, third eye, crown dynamic, internal, internal, throat chakra minimum, the willpower to choose or not choose, to delay what can't be prevented, to alchemize the rescuer archetype, this full to new. Okay, you got a court card. Calafia, the Maiden of Flames, that's Cardinal Fire, the Aries card, literally written on the card, A-R-I-E-S. This would be the King of Wands in traditional tarot. Now, it's like I said, throat chakra, willpower, spit, swallow, or chew, will you or won't you, choices and decisions. Yes, the self, the first sign of the zodiac. When it is a court card on the inside, it can't be somebody else, it's about you. So if you, of course you have any planets in Aries, for example, I have Saturn in Aries, right? So I would take that into consideration if this was one of my Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus readings for myself, because of course I have to look at what's in front of me if we're all one, right? And do my part, so to speak. So there is a choice here. Well, the first sign of the zodiac is the child too, so that can also talk a little bit about the creativity of the innocent child, right? The one that's open-hearted and just wants to like serve and do it out of passion. But, you know, I don't have kids, I have cats, but, you know, this isn't my first lifetime on planet Earth, though I've had plenty of babies, I'm just sure, over the millennia, please. Been on this place, on this planet since Lemuria, apparently. Great fun. Atlantis was a trip. But certainly when that child feels safe, right, it is there, right? It is ready to serve. It is like that. But if that child doesn't feel safe, it doesn't necessarily become the creative child as it becomes the destructive child. Hence, the lead to gold relationship there. Okay, that's on the inside. Let's see what's going on the outside. Lower 3 chakras are about relationships in the physical world, including your relationship to yourself, other people, places, and things. So, from the outside looking out at you, or you from the inside looking out, mirroring is a thing. It can happen. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. God override. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Gemini, powers of the East, please, beloved gods of mutable air, 1 card in clarity for your Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video. Maybe you called to this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Inside out, outside in, masculine dynamic, yang dynamic, lower 3 chakras, to alchemize the rescuer archetype, this full to new. Ooh, the 2 of Swords. How very Gemini. The 2 of Swords. Now, okay, this makes sense. If on the outside there is, everyone wants to say indecision, and I understand that, but decision for me is element of fire. Throat chakra, yes, air and fire. Can't have fire without air, right? Can't have desire and choice without thought. So this could very much be, yeah, being caught between a rock and a hard place conceptually. Can also be a time of gathering information, analysis, taking it in, hearing like, no, don't crack up, in your brain, see both sides, throw off your mental chains, woo, ooh, ooh, which is an important part of that mantra, if you ask me. Oh, listen, Master Howard Jones, no one ever is to blame. Look, this feels actually really, really good, particularly about a healing, right? A healing family archetype, the rescuer. So, you know, can you do this with an open heart? Can you be open to say, hey, I'm just gathering information right now. I'm not ready to bust a move right this second, right? Could there be an argument where you find yourself in the middle? That's certainly what's depicted in this card. But even if that is the case, as a Gemini, it could be the twins. Which one you're going to listen to? You get to choose. That's what free will is about, apparently. So let's remove some obstacles. Those 3 atoms in between lead and gold with the Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angelo Hartfield. I've been cultivating a relationship with Lord Ganesh, the elephant-headed Hindu god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, since I started drawing the Circle Productions, because I was a community relations coordinator at Borders Books and Music in Bohemia. Don't be shocked by the name at all. And I ran into the Ashaya monks, Ishaya, and their book First Thunder, by Maharishi Sadashiva Ashaya, or just MSI. And ever since, I have loved and seen Ganesh, it seems, everywhere ever since. So let's ask for his help. Please take a nice deep breath. He's lovely. Still point. Ganesh override. As I call upon the beloved Lord Ganesh, God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, please, beloved one card in clarity for the beloved Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and made their way to this reading. What is your guidance, your grace, your wisdom, your oracle message to help them alchemize the rescue archetype from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, this full to new priorities? That makes sense with the 2 of swords on the outer. Look, you probably have right in your throat, you know, say something stuck in your craw. You might have something stuck in your craw going on here. Now, of course, you have to take care of yourself. All of the healing family archetypes, that's part of the challenge. Healer, heal thyself, right? Rescuer, you rescue yourself. So, you know, it is a common thing for healers in general to neglect some of their own self-care and not put themselves as such a high priority. I mean, certainly in an emergency situation that's different than perhaps from the day-to-day. So, priority, card number 30, and he's holding the lotus there, which I think is mentioned in this in particular. Is this all one page? Yes, it is. All right, I'm going to read this to you. Please breathe this in and relax. Please take a nice deep breath. Here we go. Priorities. Make the most of your time. Every day is a gift. You have the option to make the most of what life is offering you. If you long to create organization in your life, you will benefit from prioritizing. Your ideals determine what you will seek in life. Your priorities are most visible in how you use your time. Ganesh is holding the water lily and emphasizing the importance of your values. He encourages you to know what is truly, what it is you truly want. What makes you happiest? There are always blessings that may not be apparent in the midst of disappointment. Time is not something that can be saved for later. When it comes to the time allotted to you each day, you only have a limited opportunity. Make your choices about how you spend your time in accordance with your highest values. If you languish or procrastinate, the moment will be gone. Reevaluate how you have been spending your days and how you can strive to be more satisfied. In terms of priorities for each major decision, such as education, occupation, place of residence, marriage, or parenting, ask yourself, what will be the impact of my decision? I think this is a two of swords crossroads that you're at. And this is how you remove the obstacles, by just looking at it from a place of prosperity. So the question, what will be the impact of this, right? In all choices, make sure that you are certain of what your priorities are. Relate your goals to ways to bring love and blessings to yourself and the people who you share your life with. And I think that is very much what the rescuer is coming from. So sometimes it is by rescuing ourselves that we're doing the best for everybody else the fuck around us. I don't have the rescuer archetype. I have the healer straight up. I was born a healer. Oh, wait till that book comes out. We're working on it. I got Jill working on it. Okay, we're removing some obstacles here with priorities. That's very much a mental process. Even the concept of time is, to me, 99% mental, because it is a concept of time. You know, it's only now. All you need is now. Thank you, Duran Duran. Okay, our next, let's call in the archangels with the Archangel Fire Oracle, Alexandra Wenman Thinned Horn Pressed. That's hard to say right now. Everyone has access to archangels, but you got to call upon them. You know, you can do a Google search on an archangel, and then they're like, okay, that's all we need, right? But they know what to do. Everybody has access to all of them, but who are you going to call? You just said Ghostbusters, thank you. So let's see. For the shadow work, we might need some Ghostbusters. Although you're Geminis, you're not Scorpios. So let's have some fun with this if possible. Please take a nice deep breath. Keep it light, right? A spoonful of whatever stevia to make the shadow work go down. Still point. Turbinate of sugar. Archangelic override. As I call upon the pantheons of archangels, for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and who are guided to this reading, please, beloved ones who's waiting in the wings with their wings ready to zoom in and help at the slightest invitation, inclination, prayer, meditation, for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers to alchemize the rescuer in the 8th chakra, this full to new. Gabriel. I love Gabriel. What a sweetheart. To me, the angel of healing waters. But here, definitely as a musician, I'm going to get a little closer. It's close to Azuraphale. I wouldn't say it's dead on Azuraphale. I don't think his hair was ever that long. Cute. I'm into him. Yeah, you know, archangels, at least they return your calls. You know what I mean? Oh, I opened right to it. Opened right up to your... I don't know why that does that to me. It just do. Holy purpose. You have a holy purpose. Now, you can also have an assholey purpose. I'm not kidding. That's the difference between lead and gold, right? The human ego and the divine higher self. So I'm going to read you a little bit of this, but there is a message, and of course he's got pages. We're not going to read all of this. Very, very well written book. Okay. Here's your archangel, Archangel Gabriel, holy purpose. Beautiful Gabriel is one of the most famous archangels along with Michael. Well, really, I mean, they have very good representation. Their agents are, you know, the virtues. What are you going to do? It's nice to find a virtuous agent. Gabriel can be perceived as either male or female, and is shown in the card as an androgynous figure to honor the balance of this angel's masculine and feminine qualities. Known as God's messenger, Gemini, ruled by Mercury, Hermes, the messenger of the gods. Known as God's messenger, Gabriel's name means God has shown himself. He helps us discover our truth and true life path, and is particularly helpful to writers and those in the communication industries. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. All right, I think all the boxes are checked there. All right, I'm going to read this next bit. Gabriel brings hope in times of hardship, accompanies new beginnings, and guides us through the veil of illusion. All right, then they go into personal story. Let's go to the message. Here's the message from Gabriel. You're in total alignment with your sacred purpose. Feel hopeful. All is unfolding exactly as it should, according to the divine plan for your life. And it's the ineffable divine plan. I did call out Azuriel, right? The ineffable divine plan. Is that the divine? Would that be the ineffable divine plan? Darling, oh, Crawley. so up my alley, though I don't like snakes. Look, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing because it's saying what do you want to prioritize? Well, how about instead of micromanaging, right? We go for the big one, right? Go for the top of the mountain, and let all seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all else shall be rendered unto thee. I just gave you a New Testament cope. So I love that. I love that for you with Archangel Gabriel, because if we knew our life's purposes, we would run and hide, right? Our divine purpose, wasn't that specifically the word? Let me get it right. Words are important, particularly with Geminis. Holy purpose. Holy purpose. And now I'll have Lady Gaga's Judas in my head, you know, holy purpose, holy fool. Okay. I like this, though. This does not feel horrible. But priorities does seem to be the thing, particularly if you're caught between perhaps a mental rock and a hard place. But your passion, that Aries, that creative energy inside of you to follow a holy purpose can be a very, very powerful thing. Just watch out for zealotry. Nobody likes a zealot. They're no fun. There's no fun. I don't care. A zealot. You could be a zealot about kale. We're not going to get along, right? Kale is for golf courses. Sorry. Grew up on Long Island. What do you want? Let's talk to the animal pantheon via the divine. Oh, sorry, baby. Slammed that down. The Divine Animals Oracle. They are my favorite pantheon. Everyone has spirit animals and totems. So if you know who's with you, and you can have more than one, well, you're supposed to have one lifetime totem and then spirit animals that come and go. But who knows now? The Akashic records and all of that. We probably have access to all of it all at once. So let's see who's here to help. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Totemic override. Oh. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and who are drawn to this reading, please, beloved ones, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, offering them the protection, the support, the guidance, the grace, the wisdom, the power, and the oracle message to help them alchemize the rescuer archetype this full to their new. Ooh, the peregrine falcon, the Miss Peregrine Falcon observation. The question before us is, do you know Horus, the Egyptian god, heavily featured in this card? Interesting conception myth there. If you want to go there, card number 25, observation. There's another card in here called the Watcher. This is different. I believe the peregrine falcon is the fastest bird because of its size and speed. I have a lot of, believe it or not, birdwatcher friends who teach me shit as we hang when we hang. Let's see. Ooh, okay, where are we? Peregrine falcon. And her home for, yeah, whatever. Ava Green is a goddess. Peregrine falcon, keyword observation. Take a step back. Okay, I think we've seen that here. Take a step back and simply observe a situation. Listen and watch before you decide on a course of action, as acting rashly will not serve you in your current situation. You are being supported by powerful forces. Do not fear. You are protected. And I think that's what Gabriel is kind of saying there. It's like you have a holy purpose in this. Now, if we knew what that was, we would run and hide. We would never leave the house, right? We would burn our cell phones because it's terrifying. But we're in really good company if you look at the scriptural history of those who the divine has touched in that way. We all have a holy purpose. But put a W in front of the H, and then it's a holy purpose, right? It's about the whole of life. We all have a part in it. So no one's more important in the plan than anybody else. Yeah, even them, I know. Trust me. We don't gotta like it. I'm just gonna go, all right, let's see. The magic. The primary magic of the peregrine is one of protection. The energy is one of an all-seeing observer and protector on high. Work with peregrine magic when you need some powerful safeguarding or support. The other element I love about working with peregrine energy is the wise observational quality it provides. When you need to make a decision about a situation and need to have more information to do so, this animal will help you see the full view and to be patient about the gathering of intelligence. And you know what? that Aquarius thing. Wait a minute, where was that, right? Saturn's going to go retrograde on the 17th, dark moon, but in Aquarius. So that's definitely going to be a bit of a review, maybe even a review of your boundaries because of Saturn. See, that's, once you learn the language of archetypes, you can really bring together all sorts of different symbolic systems. Apparently, the magnifying glass did not agree, but it's allowed to. We all have free will. All right. So look, you also got like a bird. All right. So something that flies, element of air. I would say the half-hour meditation I did before this reading has paid off already, but we still got 2 more cards to go. And if you've been watching me for a while, you're like, well, where the hell's the Matt Kahn healing mantra deck? Don't worry, it's here. It's here. I always feel Geminis and Libras and Aquarians have a better shot with mantras because they're element of air, mind oriented. But this time when I was laying them out, the guides were like, put that one second to last. It'll make more sense. And sure enough, so far it has. So, the perfect healing mantra to help you with the chakras and the priorities with Gabriel and your holy purpose and observation. Let's ask the Ascended Masters, because they know this stuff. Please take a nice deep breath. Who do you think wrote your contracts? Still point. Or at least they consulted. Ascended Master Override. Here we go, as I call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly for the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Signs, and Cross Watchers who are watching this video and were perhaps guided to this reading. What is the perfect healing mantra to help them alchemize the rescuer in the 8th, Aries on the inner, 2 of Swords on the outer, removing obstacles with priority with the help of the holy purpose, in their holy purpose of Archangel Gabriel, with the observation of the peregrine falcon, this full to new. Embodying my soul, I have a right to be excited. So, you know, you just shouldn't hide it. Just don't lose control, but still think you can like it. Pointy sisters. Oh, pointy, 1990. Embodying the soul. I have a right to be excited. You do. You always do, Gems. I mean, hey, you got a party going on in your head there, the both of you. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequencies of your own light through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. In other words, it's talking about the immortal soul, the traveler. Like when somebody crosses, you'll hear, "Hail the traveler." Well, that's the immortal soul. We don't really die. We're not really born. It's a whole other story. Course in Miracles. Check it out. As your soul becomes embodied, in other words, you're bringing it into the present moment. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be a part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things may seem. And that's the thing. You're probably letting go of some people, places, and things here, but it feels, see, to me, a 2 of Swords isn't life-changing. It's a choice. It can be for now, right? I'm looking at my priorities, and if anybody who doesn't respect that you're reviewing your priorities, there's a priority to do something about that, right? I don't know if it's the top of the list, but, you know, do this for yourself because there is a holy purpose. Now, you may have no idea what that is. Most don't. I only get clues, tips, and hints, and I'm completely signed up. I know I'm signed up, right? That's my way home. That's my ticket home. So this mantra is ideal for developing courage, finding your inner voice, and feeling safe in your body. Now, isn't that worth prioritizing, right? But also that it's interesting because it's that prioritizing in how you spend your time in the world, but then this observation of peregrine magic. Just beautiful. You have a right to be excited about this. Pretty neat, pretty fun, pretty upbeat for a shadow read. However, we've got 1 card left, and you know, you never know when a womp womp's gonna come. But this is The Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. The prayers are magnificent. I love using it as a divinatory tool, if you will, because this represents in this reading, this type of reading, the hidden blessing, the gold within the lead. In other words, that lead is just begging, asking, screaming to be alchemized into gold, its higher state, and a little light at the end of the tunnel. So here's the tea. once the card hits the table, I'm going to read it from the bookie book, and we do the blessings for real. No matter what the card is, even if it is a womp womp, I'm here for you, right? So that the blessing comes through me to you and out into the world, and so that you can get this blessing is already written in, but you may not see it, because even Superman can't see through lead. Oh, Kal-El. Oh, shall we? Oh, and at the end of that, I'll do a little blessimation, and then we'll talk about private sessions and more Patreon stuff, because yeah, man, 7-day free trial. I can do it on all the levels, but right now we're just doing Seeker, so we'll talk about it. Ready? Let's do this. The pantheons of all pantheons. Here we go. Last card down. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the pantheon of all pantheons, I request a delegation from all traditions, lineages, and cultures for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. Please, beloved ones, what is the hidden blessing, the gold within the lead, the light at the end of the tunnel to help them alchemize the rescuer in the 8th? Aries on the inner, 2 swords on the outer, removing obstacles with their priorities, how they spend their time, calling upon Archangel Gabriel for clarity, help, and compassion in their holy mission that's going on here with the observation of the peregrine falcon. They have a right to feel excited as they embody their joy. So what do you got from last card down, this full to new? A blessing on your health. You know, someone else got this? Who got this? Aries got this. A blessing on your health. She's hanging out with a dragon. Nice dragon. Let's sing some scales. Scales. Card number 9. Scales. It's from a very specific movie from the 70s. Oh, Cindy Williams. We loved you so. All right, like I said, we're going to do this for real. Now, I will say, as I said in the Aries read, I'm pretty sure that though this will speak primarily of physical health, we know that's not the only kind, but particularly for a healing family, a healing archetype, the rescuer, the healing family archetype there, very, very powerful, and sort of a bookend, the rescuer and a blessing on your health. So let's do this for real. Take a moment. Relax if you can, and let this one in. Still point. Pantheons transmit. A blessing on your health. A blessing to inspire the blossoming of great good health within your life. May you, friend, be blessed with a rising of your own personal vitality. May life force flow into every cell of your body, inhabiting each fully with the desire for life and the yearning for the full feeling of all that is here for you to experience. May the cells in the blood sing their song with joy at being here, and may your bones be strong and whole, densely knitted in the joints, to keep you upright, ever moving into the next step, a dance of love for the feeling of the world. May the muscles take shape and move with your form, and may there be flexibility and the great gift of movement for you. May your organs do their holy work, and may the health of the mind, curious yet peaceful, awakened yet rested, be yours. May the energy that belongs to the hail be yours, and may your every footstep bring a little more vitality, a little more joy in movement, a little more of a blessing to simply be here and in such good health. May you know peace within the temple of the body, and may the revival of energy be yours, like that of spring after winter, so you have a spirit shining with good health, the energy all about you radiant, an auric field filled with wellness, a field of energy you can drink from and renew yourself each day and night of this lifetime. May the blessings of good health and joy in your body be yours. And should it be challenged, may you rise and meet that challenge with courage and security in the wisdom of your blood and bones, flesh and energy field. And may all that brings you back to wellness come to you again and again, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. It's a good read. Rescuer in the 8th. Your choice. You may have to be higher selfish. Remember, selfish is a neutral word. Where are you led to gold, right? It is a choice. Feels like a decision, but it's not major arcana. It's probably one of many going on, so it takes time to prioritize. How are you spending your time? We all need to look at that as we go along. Call upon Archangel Gabriel for help with the holy purpose. The peregrine makes sense for observation, to see it from a higher place, right? So that you have a right to be excited as you embody your soul, seeing it from the soul's point of view, with an ultimate blessing upon your health, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, particularly if you're rescuing in any way, shape, or form. So thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, if you liked the new music, Underworld Catwalk, this is called Thank You, Jenna Grace. Hit the thumbs up, like the video. It helps other people find it. If you want more of me here on YouTube, please subscribe. I'm not stopping anytime soon. And hit the notification bell, comment, and all that stuff if you like, because I'm over on Patreon, and all those YouTube things just really help point people there. It is my life's passion right now. I can't tell you how much fun I'm having over there, but you can probably tell. And now, with the free trials, right now we have it set for Seeker. It would be $3 a month for the extended readings, the daily check-ins, and the significant discount. But that is available to actual seekers. So if you wanna do it for a week, you come on as a seeker, you get the same discount as the top tier, the God Goddess. And so let's talk about private sessions, shall we? But just for the fun of it all, just dip a toe, come Patreon on Patreon. I love it. And I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. You can call me Mal, and you can trust me. You can feel how authentic I am if you have any intuitive empathy whatsoever. But it used to be called Booking a Reading with Mal, the old video. It served its purpose. 25 years, May 1st, 2023 in business. It's a long time. Finally changed my prices. There's a video that explains it all. Booking private sessions with Mal, which of course covers readings and spiritual counseling, even the half hour of power, which I finally made public. I was doing it for private clients over the decades. But like I said, my patrons get a significant discount no matter what level of subscription that they are, but they must be subscribers, not just free trials. That's how we're rolling with that. And yes, I will travel. And the video explains the Zoom recording and all the options available, but there are not so many options that it's overwhelming. And I love it. It's my favorite thing to do, is really serve people in that way. And if I ever return to spiritual counseling, that's covered in there as well. And it's also on my website, daringthecircle.com. I find the video puts it together in a rather fun way, and it made my mom happy. So let's just roll with that, shall we? But more importantly, business aside, seriously, Geminis, you have the power to do this. Of course you have the power to do this. This is mostly mental stuff, so by all means, call upon Archangel Gabriel and the Peregrine to see this from a higher place, because this is about your health. And yes, as a rescuer, healing family archetype, I know, very easy to sacrifice your own mental and emotional health for someone else's physical health, but that's in an emergency situation. So hang in there. If you need help, you know what to do. Reach out. Be glad to help if I can. Otherwise, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed, my beloved gems. You are outrageous. You are truly, truly, truly outrageous. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.